Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Lucille Ball, Richard Denning in an episode of My Favorite Husband, the precursor to I Love Lucy. This episode broadcast March 3rd, 1950, and this episode begins with a news bulletin that John L. Lewis is calling out the South coal strike, which had paralyzed much of the nation.
We delay the start of our next program to bring you a bulletin from CBS News. John L. Lewis has ordered all soft coal miners back to work immediately. A new contract has been signed with the coal operators. This bulletin from CBS News. We continue now with our scheduled program.
It's time for My Favorite Husband, starring Lucille Ball.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, it's the Gay Family series starring Lucille Ball with Richard Denning, transcribed and brought to you by the Jell-O family of desserts.
J-E-L-L. Oh, the big red letters stand for the Jell-O family. Oh, the big red letters stand for the Jell-O family. That's Jell-O.
Yum, yum, yum.
Jell-O puddings. Yum, yum, yum. Jell-O tapioca puddings. Yes, sirree.
And now, Lucille Ball with Richard Denning as Liz and George Cooper. Two people who live together and like it. As we look in on the Coopers, it's Wednesday evening, and they're getting ready to go out to dinner with Mr. Atterbury and his wife, Iris. As usual, George is dressed on time and is going in to see how Liz is doing.
Let's see that green dress, Katie.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Liz, you're still in your slip.
George, I just discovered something terrible. I haven't a thing to wear.
You know, Liz, I'm getting a little tired of that song. Why does it cost me so much each month to keep you in nothing?
Mrs. Cooper, now is the time.
Not yet, Katie.
Why can't you ever be ready on time?
And how long have the Atterburys been waiting?
Well, they're not here yet. Unfortunately, Mr. Atterbury is also married to a woman.
Well, it's time now, isn't it, Mrs. Cooper?
No.
Hey, what are you doing, teaching Katie to tell time? Now, Liz, put on a dress and get downstairs. That's an order.
Oh, now is the time, Katie. George, I don't have to take that kind of talk from you anymore.
Neither do I.
What?
Apparently, you haven't heard that Congress is passing a law giving women equal rights with men.
Yeah.
Katie.
Oh, women's rights. Is that up again? Well, forget it.
Oh, no. The 22nd Amendment is going through if we have to fight it to the finish. And we will.
Yeah, put up your dukes.
Katie, now don't get carried away. I'll handle this.
You'd better go downstairs now, Katie.
As an employee, yes, sir. As a woman?
Now get dressed, Liz.
Yes, Master. You better enjoy your power while you've got it, Mr. Man. It won't be long now.
Oh, it won't?
No, sir. When Congress passes that amendment, I'll no longer be an enslaved woman. I'll be a free man.
Well, that'll be interesting. Maybe you and I can go out some night and pick up a couple of girls.
Very funny. Zip my dress, please. George, did you know that in certain states there are jobs I couldn't hold because I'm a woman?
No. What, for instance?
In some states, I couldn't work in a blast furnace. In others, I couldn't work in a bowling alley. And right here in our own state, I can't shine shoes.
Shameful.
It's true. Wait a minute. I want to read you something in this magazine. Here it is. It is time the women of the world stop being chattel. Arise, assert yourselves, and soon the country will resound to the ringing of the Liberty Bell, ringing out for women's freedom. There it is! To arms! To arms!
Liz, that's the doorbell.
Oh. Who is it, Katie?
Mr. Atterbury and his whimpering slave.
Now, that'll be enough from both of you. Hi, Mr. Atterbury. Hello, Iris.
Liz girl, George boy.
Hi, folks.
George boy, Liz girl.
Come on in.
What was that you had on the radio when we came up to the door? It sounded exciting.
Radio?
Yeah. Someone was saying, to arms, to arms.
Oh, that was Pauline Revere. Liz is off on a kick about women's rights. I suppose you've been getting it too, Mr. Atterbury.
Well, let's go eat. We're late.
Women's rights?
Sure, Iris. You know, that amendment they're putting through Congress. We're going to be free, Iris. Free!
We are?
You must have read about it. It's been in the news for weeks.
Well, let's go eat. We're late.
Oh, that explains it. For the last month, somebody's been cutting things out of our paper.
Why, Mr. Atterbury.
Well, let's go eat. We're late.
Rudolph.
Just trying to keep you from getting any silly ideas, Lotus Bud.
Tell me more about this, Liz.
Well, it means new freedom for women, Iris. We're going to be equal to men. We'll be able to do things we've never been able to do before.
Hooray! Like what?
Oh, you stick with Liz and you can be a pin girl at the bowling alley.
Or you can work in a blast furnace.
All right, fellas.
I even heard on the radio that women will be allowed to drive on the same side of the street as men.
Don't pay any attention to them, Iris. From now on, women aren't going to be just women anymore. We're going to be people. Hooray! Once the House of Representatives passes this bill, there will no longer be any difference between men and women. Hey, that doesn't sound right, does it?
Let's not rush into this, Liz.
Well, I guess it means legally. The women of the world are at last throwing off their chains. Iris, this is a revolt.
You hear that, Rudolph? From now on, I'm revolting.
Don't answer that.
I didn't say anything.
Get that smirk off your face.
Well, shall we start it right here in our own home?
Start what?
Iris and I want equal rights with you men.
Yeah.
You might as well get used to it. We want the same treatment as though we were men.
All right. Okay, it's fine with me. How about you, Mr. Atterbury?
Fine, fine. Let's go to dinner, George.
Okay.
How about you fellas?
We're coming.
I made a reservation in the green room.
Oh, I love it there. George, my coat's in the hall closet.
Oh, that's nice. Come on, Mr. Atterbury.
George, I said my coat was in the closet.
Well, go get it, Buster. You're a big boy now.
Oh.
I hope we won't be too late to get a table.
What's up, laughing boy?
I just remembered a story I heard at the office today. Oh, it's a pip. Come here, everybody. Come here.
What is it?
Well, two fellows, see, worked in a lumber camp, and they'd been there about 6 months.
I don't like the way this sounds, Rudolph.
Yeah, is it fit for mixed company?
Mixed company, I should say not. Luckily, there's just the four of us boys.
Now, listen.
I'm glad there aren't any ladies present. Go ahead, Mr. Atterbury.
Yeah. Well, after they worked there about 6 months, they went into town. So one of them.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, we're late.
Here, George, help me out with my coat.
What?
Help me out with my coat.
Mr. Atterbury, did I ever help you on with your coat?
Never.
Sorry, Liz, can't touch it. Equal rights, you know.
All right, George Cooper, go ahead, have your fun. But there's such a thing as common politeness. Open the door.
Mr. Atterbury.
Yeah, thank you, George boy.
Well, after you, Iris.
Why, that big oaf! He slammed the door in my face. Well, I'll give him what for.
Quiet, Iris. They're probably listening outside the door to see if we're mad. They'll be back. Hey, they're going off without us! Wait a minute! Wait a minute!
Well, gosh, is a woman's place really in the home, or should she rebel?
March 3rd, 1950, My Favorite Husband on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, more of My Favorite Husband, starring Lucille Ball and Richard Denning, March 3rd, 1950.
As we return to our little experiment on equal rights for women, we find that Liz and Iris, who have demanded these rights, have caught up with their husbands and, in fact, have just finished a bountiful dinner.
Meal like that deserves a good cigar. Care for a cigar, boy?
Yeah, thanks. Don't mind if I do.
Cigar, Iris?
Ha ha.
Cigar, Liz?
Joke's over, Rudolph.
Thanks, Mr. Atterbury. Don't mind if I do.
Liz!
Who says women can't smoke cigars?
Well, nobody says so, but they just don't.
Well, things are going to be different from now on.
Oh, now look, Liz.
No. Let her alone, boy. This should be interesting. Here you are, Liz.
Thank you. Smells good.
Yeah, it'll smell even better if you take the cellophane off.
Oh. Okay, what do I do now?
You bite off the end.
Wise guy, huh? Come on, what do I do now?
He's serious, Liz. You're supposed to bite off the end.
Oh, well, okay. There. Now give me a light, bud.
Hey, wait a minute, Liz. What did you do with the end of the cigar?
Huh?
What did you do with the end you bit off?
I swallowed it.
Oh, no. You're supposed to throw that little end away.
Well, it's a fine time to tell me. I thought the tip was the best part.
That's a cigar, not a piece of asparagus. Now, here's a light.
Thanks.
How is it, Liz? I think I'll try one.
Oh, it's great. Just great. There's nothing like a good cigar.
Liz, are you all right?
Oh, it's great. Really great, Iris.
Never mind, I just canceled my order.
They are a little stronger than the chocolate ones I learned on.
Well, shall we go?
I think we're all finished. Care for anything else, Liz? A pipe, rub down, aftershave lotion?
Thank you, no.
Oh, waiter.
Yes, sir? Something else for you?
Could we have the check, please?
Yes, sir. I'll add it right away.
Make it 4 separate checks.
Yes, sir. I beg your pardon.
Yeah, you heard him. 4 separate checks.
Right away, sir.
Rudolph, what do you think you're doing?
Equal rights, Lotus Bud. Equal rights.
Well, I don't suppose you're going to pay for my dinner either, George.
And take away your constitutional freedom? Oh, I wouldn't do a thing like that to you, Liz.
Thanks. And I would order lobster thermidor instead of hamburger.
Well, here's my money, waiter.
Yes, sir.
And here's mine.
Iris, pay my check, will you?
Well, I came out without a cent. I'm going to have to put the bite on you for some money.
You took the bite right out of my mouth.
Well, don't you have any money either?
Not even mad money. George.
Yeah?
George, will you lend us some money on a strictly business basis?
Well, Mrs. Cooper, I don't handle the loan department. Let me refer you to the president of our bank, Mr. Atterbury.
We're dead.
Mr. Atterbury, this young lady would like to see you about a loan.
Oh, fine, fine. The bank is always happy to make a loan to responsible people.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Atterbury.
You have some identification?
Oh, now, really?
Well, you have an honest face. I think the loan can be arranged.
I should hope so.
Just come down and see our credit manager first thing in the morning.
Well, Liz, now what do we do?
Madam, this check must be taken care of.
Keep your apron on, Bud. It will be. Just hand us a dish towel and lead us to the kitchen. Come on, Iris.
Gentlemen. Gosh, I wish I could help them, don't you, George?
Yes, if they were poor, defenseless women, we could.
Aren't they women? No. What are they? People. Huh? For goodness sake, sit down, boy. Stop pacing the floor.
Well, we've been home a long time, Mr. Atterbury, and the girls aren't here yet.
Don't worry. They'll be here soon, dragging their equal rights behind them. I think this should have taught them a lesson.
It was funny to see their faces as they marched off into the kitchen.
Yeah, with Iris rolling up the sleeves on her coat.
Yeah.
Those mink are going to have dishpan paws tomorrow.
I can just see them.
Yeah, so can I. Oh, we're a couple of top-notch nasties, boy. Well, they asked for it.
Liz, we've been sitting here for an hour. The man gave us car fare. Let's go home.
No.
Well, what are we going to do, stay here all night?
I don't know. What would a man do in a case like this?
He'd go to a Turkish bath. Want to go?
He would not. He'd go out and have himself a gay old time, call up his wife and tell her he was working late.
If we use a nickel to call up, one of us will have to run home and back of the streetcar.
Iris, let's do it. We'll call up and give them a little of their own medicine. Come on.
Well, I don't get it, Liz.
I'll call up and tell them we're working late, and you make a noise in the background like a party is going on with men and women having a gay time.
How can I make a noise like that?
Force yourself. Here's the phone. Now, don't start till I give you the sign, remember.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello, George.
Liz. It's the girls.
Good.
Are you finished? Do you want us to come down for you?
No, we're not finished, George. We're still working.
Oh, no kidding. Well, how long will it be?
Well, I just can't say, dear. There's a lot of work to be done. It piles up, you know. Go ahead, Iris.
I should see that. Iris, let's face it, you're gorgeous.
Well, I'll be home as soon as I can, George.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you sure you're working? What's all that noise in the background?
Hooray! Yahoo! What noise?
Come here, you.
That noise.
Oh, that. Well, those are just the dishwashers. Well, I have to go now, dear. The sinks are loaded.
Sounds like the dishwashers are, too. Are you sure you're washing dishes?
Wait a minute, dear. Quiet, fellas. Do you think my husband's stupid or something?
Oh, tell him to hang up. Come on, baby, let's dance.
Oh, stop. Well, goodbye, George.
Liz, where are you?
I'm working.
Liz, you come home this minute.
Baby, don't you think I'd rather be there with you than slaving down here?
Iris, let's face it. You're gorgeous.
March 3rd, 1950, Lucille Ball, Richard Denning, My Favorite Husband, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. The conclusion follows these messages. Just when you thought it couldn't get any better, Mike Lindell and MyPillow launching the MyPillow 2.0. Now, when Mike invented MyPillow, it had everything you could want in a pillow. Now, nearly 20 years later, he's discovered a new technology that makes MyPillow even better. Of course, the patented adjustable fill of the original MyPillow, but now with brand new fabric with a temperature-regulating thread, it's the softest, smoothest, and coolest pillow you'll ever own. Say goodbye to tossing and turning and flipping your pillow over in the middle of the night. And more great news on the MyPillow 2.0 buy one, get one free offer with my promo code Wyatt. MyPillow 2.0 is 100% made in the USA, 10-year warranty, 60-day money-back guarantee. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio podcast square to receive the MyPillow 2.0 buy one, get one free offer. Use my promo code Wyatt or call 1-800-928-4715. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of My Favorite Husband, starring Lucille Ball and Richard Denning, Women's Rights, February 3rd, 1950.
Liz, I'm coming down to get you.
Well, we're not at the restaurant. We met a nice man who had some dishes to wash in his apartment.
What?
Well, you just stay there. We'll call you when we're through. Goodbye.
Liz!
Oh, Iris, he fell for her like a ton of bricks. Iris, where are you?
Looking for your friend?
Yeah, where'd she go?
The bartender put her out. She was plastered.
She was not. She was perfectly all right.
Sure. That's why she was hugging that palm tree and saying, let's face it, you're gorgeous.
George, will you please sit down? You're making me dizzy stalking back and forth.
Well, don't look.
What?
Well, don't look, sir. Oh. I'm sorry, I can't help it. It's been 2 hours since they phoned.
Well, I'm not worried. Don't you see what they're doing? Trying to get even with us for that dishwashing trick.
Yeah, but I heard party sounds in the background.
Imagination. Now, when they do come home, we'll really throw a scare into them.
Oh.
We'll give them an equal right. The right to get out and earn a living for the family while we go to tease and have our hair done.
Oh, that's real dirty.
Yeah, they couldn't take us up on it. In the meantime, you don't see me worrying about that party they're supposed to be on.
Oh, gee, I wish I had your control.
It's really wisdom, boy.
It's ringing, Liz.
Hello?
Rudolph, how are you? Yippee! Come on, everybody! Conga!
Iris?
I just wanted to tell you we're still working, honey. Listen, they're playing our song. Come here, Red. You fracture me.
Where are you?
Working, honey. In the office.
You haven't got an office. Iris, you get back here this minute. You're not fooling me. I know where you get... You come on.
Goodbye, dear. I'll be there as soon as I can. Yippee! Right! Good old Iris! Yeah!
All right, girls, outside.
Wait a minute. I can explain. Well, they're still here. I can smell their cigars. Or is that you? Don't mention that word.
Well, so here you are.
Yes, I'm so sorry that work took so long.
Well, this is a fine time to be getting home.
Well, you often get home this late. Equal rights, remember?
Oh, yes, we remember. In fact, we're all for it.
Well, we're tired of working, and you seem to enjoy it so much tonight that we're going to let you go out and earn the living for us.
Now, see here, Rudolph, that's going too far. I refuse.
Wait a minute, Iris. You don't either. We accept.
Well, Liz, it isn't fair.
Oh, yes, it is. Remember, George and Mr. Atterbury have to stay home and do the housework and the cooking.
Yeah.
Oh, now, wait a minute. This whole thing has gone too far. I refuse.
Boy, hold it. We accept. Why, we can do the housework and cooking with one potholder tied behind us.
What makes you so sure?
Well, I'll do exactly what you do. I'll loll around in a housecoat with my hair up in curlers, munching bonbons, and about 5 o'clock I'll yell, "Hilda, put something on for dinner!"
Yeah, and I can do the same thing with Katie. It's a deal.
Starting tomorrow?
Why not?
Okay. Well, what's so funny?
Tomorrow's Thursday. It's Meg's day off.
From March 3rd, 1950, My Favorite Husband on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. All right, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, we've been following the development of radio station VPR, the voice of Pine Ridge, Arkansas, that Lum-and-Abner have put together. And a very popular show in the age that this show was originally done in the 40s was Information Please, a very intellectual show. Well, how do you think that's going to work out with VPR, intellectual show? First, they got to find an intellectual. This episode of Lum-and-Abner, redoing the scripts from the mid-1940s, was originally broadcast March 3rd, 1953.
Granny's, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
I dog is Lum, I believe you're right.
Now, see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum-and-Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge.
Hello, this is Dick Huddleston. As old Lum says, due to circumstances over which things has got out of control, yesterday's first sponsored program from station VPR fizzled. You see, Lum-and-Abner tried to cram 4 sponsors into one show. These sponsors didn't like it and canceled. However, Moe's Moose has agreed to try again, and VPR is just about to launch a new program for the Pine Ridge Barber. I believe it's an educational program. Well, now, Lum, are you sure Moe's Moose is going to like this program?
Oh, of course he is. He said he wanted a high-class program to advertise his barbershop, didn't he?
Well, yeah, but...
Granny's, we're giving it to him. I don't know where you'd get a higher-class program than thank you for the information.
Is that the name we finally settled on?
Yeah, thank you for the information.
Good.
Moe's okayed that.
Hooray.
Well, are the rest of you experts ready? We're about all set to go on the air here.
Yeah, we're all ready.
How about you, Ulysses?
Yeah, okay.
No, good. Now, Cedric, get over there and start generating the generator there. Well, Mr. Lum, you picked me out for one of the experts. I'm the last resort, I think you said. Sounds kind of importance to me.
Yeah, that's right, Lum. We didn't have any other, and so you finally took Cedric. And Cedric got little Duty Bate to pump the generator.
Well, where's Duty? Oh, didn't see him sitting over there.
Yeah, there he is.
Well, get ready, Duty. Granny's, I hope he can do it.
Oh, Duty can do it. Get ready, Duty.
All right, get to your places. Put down that almanac, Grandpap.
Well, I was just doing some extra reading here, long as I'm one of the information experts tonight.
Now, I don't think the answers to these questions we got here is in the almanac, Grandpap.
Everything's in the almanac.
Yeah, better put that book over here where I can see it too, Grandpap.
No, you fellers can't look at no books while we're on the air. That's cheating. Oh, my goodness, it's time to start. My watch says straight up. Start the generator, Abner.
Yeah, get going, Duty. Where's our scripts, Lum?
Now, you fellas don't need no script for this program. I'm the only one that needs one.
Well, I don't see why you get to have a script.
Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, station VPR, the voice of Pine Ridge, broadcasting frequently, comes to you from the beautiful main studios in the Jot 'em Down store, overlooking Main Street in the heart of downtown Pine Ridge. And tonight, we bring you... Granny, that didn't sound like no chicken, Abner.
Well, I ain't a chicken. I was just putting on.
I know you're supposed to sound like one, though.
Well, that was a rooster. That's a rooster, folks.
Sounded like you had the root. Tonight we bring you Thank You for the Information. This program is brought to you by the Moe's Moots Barbershop, where you get that well-groomed look, spelled L-L-L-O-O-K.
That Lum can sure spell.
As you will soon see, this program is completely unrehearsed. Our experts for tonight are Mr. Cedric Weehunt, whose education goes as far back as the 3rd grade, having spent 9 years insane. 13. Yeah. Then there's Mr. Milford Avery Spears, associated with the local telegraph company in the deliver boy capacity, also well-known dog owner and almanac reader.
Howdy.
Mr. Abner Finley Peabody, junior partner of the Jot 'em Down store, of which Mr. Lum-Eddards is senior partner. Also vice president of station VPR, of which Mr. Lum-Eddards is president. And local resident of Pine Ridge.
Howdy do, you do.
And Mr. Ulysses S. Quincy, well-known local man.
Okay.
Our first question comes from Ms. Elsie Pomeroy of west of Pine Ridge. This is a literary question, so get your thinking caps on, gentlemen.
Yeah, okay.
Ms. Pomeroy wants you to name 3 books. Get 2 out of 3 on this.
Well, would you mind repeating the question, Mr. Eddards?
Well, I'd love to. Name 3 books.
3 books, huh?
Yeah, regular reading books. Literary stories. Fiction.
Telephone book?
No, that ain't considered a storybook, I don't think.
I never finished it. I don't know how it came out.
Besides, you're supposed to raise your hand before you answer a question, Mr. Peabody.
Oh, excuse me.
Yes, Mr. Peabody?
Telephone book?
I told you I can't accept that answer.
Oh, I know that. I just want to get that hand-raising part right, Lum.
Well, come, gentlemen. Time's a-wasting. How about you, Ulysses?
Yeah, okay.
Can't you think of the name of some book? You've read a book, ain't you? Well, Grandpap, you've surely read a book.
Yeah, sure.
Well, what was the name of it?
The 1929 Almanac.
Atta boy, Grandpap. Hooray for you.
That's fine, Mr. Spears. Good answer. Now we just have to get one more literary book. Mr. Weehunt.
Mom?
I ain't saw your hand raised on this question yet. Can't you think of the name of some book, Mr. Weehunt?
Oh, Papa tried to read me a book one time when I was sick in bed.
Well, what was the name of it?
Well, Papa couldn't read it very good, so he gave it up. It was interesting, though.
Well, can't you recollect the name of it?
Mama can, I bound you. She finally read it to me.
Well, call up your mom and ask her, Cedric.
No, we can't do that. Abner, you ought to be able to think of a book.
Well, I'm working on it.
How about Swiss Family Rob... Get it?
Oh, which family got robbed?
No. Well, I'm sorry, gentlemen. I'm afraid you missed that question. So that sends 10 cents in cash money and a free haircut and shave to Ms. Pomeroy. Congratulations, Ms. Pomeroy. And now our next question comes from Miss Pomeroy, too.
Dog, is she the only one that's wrote it?
I believe I got it, Mr. Lum. The name of that book, it was Old Mother West Wind and the Flying Pig.
Well, we're past that question, Mr. Weehunt.
Too late, Mr. Weehunt.
There was this little pig, and he, old Mother West Wind, she, so they, well, that ain't the whole story, but that's the main part.
Oh, that sounds good, Cedric.
Well, we ain't got time to go into that now. Our next question comes from Ms. Elsie Pomeroy. This is a music question, looks like. You're to think of the names of 3 songs which has the name of some kind of vegetables in it. Like, for instance, My Heart Beats for You. See, beets is vegetable.
Oh, yeah, I get it, sure.
Yeah, nothing to that.
No.
I get 2 out of 3 on this one again. All right, do I see any hands raised on this question? Mr. Peabody?
My heart beats for you. Beats.
Well, you can't use that, Abner. That's just the example I give you.
Oh.
You got to think up something different.
Toby, these questions are getting harder all the time.
Ulysses, I see you got your hand up.
Mother West Wind and the Flying Pig.
No, that's a book.
Okay.
Grandpap? I ain't got my hand up, just scratching my head. Only song I can think of is Dardaneller and Jada, but I don't recollect ever eating none of them.
Mr. Lum, the Parade of the Wooden Soldiers is a dandy. I just love that tune.
Yeah, that ain't got no victuals in it, though. Vegetable.
It's awful good for parades, though.
Wish I could think of a song with collards in it. I love them things. Collards is vegetable. Oh, let me collard you, sweetheart. Carried me back to old Virginia.
All right, Cedric, you don't have to sing them. Ulysses, I see you got your hand up there.
I think that's the Parade of the Wooden Soldiers.
Yeah, we already discussed that.
Okay.
Well, I'm afraid you fellas just barely missed that question. Didn't do quite as good as you done on the first one, even. So that sends another 10 cents in cash and another free shave and haircut at Moe's Moots's Barbershop to Ms. Elsie Pomeroy. Congratulations, Miss Pomeroy.
2 more programs, she's gonna be bald.
And now our next question for our experts to tackle comes from... Dad, blame it, Abner. I thought I told you to unconnect that phone while we're broadcasting.
I forgot it. I'm sorry for that.
Hello, Jotham Down Store and Radio Station.
He could use that shit.
Oh, yeah, Mose. Well, Grannies, it ain't my fault the experts keep missing the question. Well, that's just 2 shaves and 2 haircuts so far. All right, Mose, we'll watch it. Yeah.
What's the matter with the old fuss budget?
He can hear us, Abner.
Oh, take it back.
Let's see, our next question, and I think we better get this, gentlemen. Our next question comes from Mr. Earl Pomeroy of Western Town. Abner, watch what you're doing now. We ain't even asked the question yet.
Oh, excuse me. I never meant to do that, Lum. I just hit that cash register by accident there.
Well, after this, be careful.
I just leaned down.
That's the dead phone again.
Oh.
Hello. Oh, yeah, Mose. No, Abner just hit it by accident. No, we ain't paid out no more of your money. Well, I'm sure the experts will get this question. Yeah, goodbye. All right, let's see. Where was we at? Oh, yeah. All right, gentlemen, try this question from Mr. Earl Pomeroy. It says here, get 2 out of 3 on this. Name 3 grand operas beginning with the letter B.
3 operas beginning with B.
No, you'll never get that. Better make that 1 out of 3, gentlemen.
Old Mother West Wind.
No, Ulysses, that's a book.
Yeah, okay.
Think you ought to give us a different question, Lum.
Well, I think I got to answer that, Mr. Lum.
Cedric, what do you know about grand operas?
Well, the teacher was telling us the stories of grand operas in the story period this morning, and I just happened to overhear while she was talking, and I think I got...
Look, do you recollect the name of one, Cedric?
Well, I think so. I don't know if it begins with a B or not, though. I believe she said it was The Barber of Seville.
Huh?
Why, Grannies, that's right. That's one of them wrote down here. The Barber of Seville.
Well, good for Cedric. Hooray, Cedric.
Well, where Seville's at, though, it's in some foreign country. I think Maine, I believe she said.
Well, that don't make no difference, does it, Lum? Or Mr. Edwards?
Well, that's just 1 out of 3, so we got that.
Yeah,
The next question. Was that our ring?
I believe it was. I never paid no attention.
Hello. Oh, yeah, Mose. How'd you like that? Well, now, wait, Mose. You don't understand. But that's just the name of... Well, now, you can't do that, Mose. Yeah, but Mose... All right, goodbye. Well, I'll be dad's blame.
What's the matter now?
Mose just canceled the program again.
Cancel? What for?
Cause Cedric said The Barber of Seville. Mose says he ain't going to put out the money for this program and then have us stand up here and mention a rival barber. There's the nearest headedest one.
Like I said, the intellectual rocket scientists just couldn't pull off. Thank you for the information. March 3rd, 1953, Lum-and-Abner here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
In 1900, 20 miles an hour very often was excessive speed. But in 1900, as now, speed is a relative concept. It's relative, for instance, to traffic conditions. An empty highway is safer than a crowded one. It's relative to the time of day. Dusk, dawn, and night driving is more hazardous than daylight. It's relative to weather conditions. Rain, sleet, and snow means slow down, even on highways that are posted for high maximum speed limits. In other words, safe speed is a question of driver's judgment. Police patrols can pick up a few of the most careless drivers, but the policeman that counts the most is the one you carry in your own head. When he tells you to slow down and stop taking chances, listen to him. The life you save may be your own.
Thanks for stopping by here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Would you do me a favor? Thank this radio station, support their advertisers. It is their kindness and courtesy that allow us to be with you each and every time we roll around here on your favorite radio station. Now, if you miss a day, you don't have to miss a show. All of our shows are available on demand at classicradio.stream. That's classicradio.stream. Stream our shows. Learn about building a classic radio collection of your own. You can find our social media links there. You can find my contact information. And if you'd like, you can buy me a copy. That Buy Me a Coffee money helps us acquire additional classic radio collections and also keep our distribution channels up and running. By the way, our friend Ted at RadioMemories.com provided us today's episode of Lum-and-Abner. He's got a whole bunch of restored shows that sound better than they did when they were on the air originally. Check out Ted at RadioMemories.com. RadioMemories.com for shows on cassette, CD, or on flash drive for your computer. Thanks for tuning in. Thank this station. Support the advertisers. Tell your friends that great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.